Hello, Red here, and today I'm going to bring you some Hearts of Iron 4 with the Fuhrerreich mod, and with the new Paradox Deals DLC that's like $6, and that includes just a bunch of songs for radios. I thought it would be interesting to not actually buy their mod because I'm feeling like it, but we're going to play some Fuhrerreich instead because I noticed that Fuhrerreich actually put Vladdy Lemon back in charge of the Soviet Union. You know, he's still living in 1936. He's just a bit old, and he hasn't been running the country very well. But I thought it would be fun to try out the Soviet Union in the era when Germany lost World War I in the alternate universe of Kaiserreich. So inevitably Germany's just going to die because they're super weak and the focus trees doesn't really help the AI that much. But hey, you know what? I think we're going to give the good old Soviet Union a good old try. Because according to that modifier there, as I'll show you in just a second, the Soviet Union actually does not have the capabilities, come on loading screen, to make any planes or armor. So it's just going to be people. That's all tanks. Pure people. And also we don't research too good, and we can't build things, and can't get things, and just can't produce things, and yeah, that's it. And also we have no stability. Well, we have some stability, but no one wants communism to go to war, which I mean is fair, I suppose. But regardless, though, Vladdy Lemon here will make sure we build the Soviet Union back up to strength. And I think a good goal for this campaign is essentially make the Soviet Union as great as it's going to be by 1945, just an Iron Curtain, or I don't know, just destroy everyone and take Europe, just do the Soviet Union, and we're probably just going to have to fight the Allies. But hey, that's okay. Who doesn't love a good old fight against the dirty imperialist ruining communism everywhere? And we could take the deduction mass assault, but I don't feel like it if all we're going to do is have infantry. I mean, we could do mass mob, which could be completely overpowered, but I think we're going to try just artying everyone to death and use a good old Soviet artillery to kill everyone. But as a Soviet Union, we are kind of weak. We have an unbalanced economy, which means we are not able to produce civilian factories that well. Our consumer goods are actually at max, so we actually cannot construct anything. We cannot use planes or tanks, and we can only have 25 military factories. So our entire economy is actually just stuck, and we have to deal with it. But that's okay. I like a bit of a challenge. But at least our army is like 78% equipped, which we just need a bit more guns. And so I think we're just going to use RTs, support equipment, and infantry equipment, and then that's going to be our saving grace, you know. Vladdy Lemon, you gotta help us. We're dying here. We just need stuff. We need all the stuff. We need to kill the Germans, and we need to rule over everyone. And also, did I mention our focus tree doesn't actually allow us to expand anywhere? Yes, I've looked at this before, but none of this actually makes us attack anyone, as far as I can tell. Which, it's not that great. That means we're just going to have to declare war on whoever. And I don't mind. We're just going to declare war on whoever we feel like it, because we are the Soviets, and we're just going to get a bit of communism going everywhere, because if not, we're probably screwed. So I think the first and best thing to do is to find some sort of general who can train up and yeah, let's go. Let's go as the Soviets. I'm not afraid. There's not much we can do. And there's just a whole bunch of good old text. It's World War One. The Bolsheviks controlled the Russian population, but they had to fight a German army. We lost all this land, the Germans, but then the Soviets have been it's not been doing that well. And also Molotov is making a different ideology as national collectivism, believing in the Soviet Union much repairs of traitors. Trotsky has been fracturing, creating his own version of Leninism, Leninism, and yeah, we're just not doing that well. We're just not doing so hot. But if you want to read what's going on there, pause the video at that time, because it doesn't matter with the Soviets. That's all that matters. Oh no, Vladimir Lenin's help been decreasing and decreasing a long time, but no one expected this to happen soon. This disaster since Vladimir Lenin is only keeping things political fractions from backstabbing each other. And oh no, Vladimir Lenin is going to die. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is probably just get stability up. I mean, it doesn't matter, because let's get war support up. Because if not, I feel like we're not going to have any general whatsoever, have any command power. And that's really bad if you want to make an adequate general to attack people. Anyway, our army is not particularly that great, but we can expand southwards. I think that's what I think I'm going to do with our quote-unquote volunteers. Oh, and Lenin just died. 16 days in the campaign. He passed away. The disaster without Lenin, as many internal factions in the Communist Party now scramble for power. Even worse, many groups opposing Lenin are showing a desire to start protests, and some seem to have an ambition to overthrow the government. Huh. People mourn for Lenin, hoping that they will weather the storm. So, we don't have a focus tree anymore. Which, I mean, we did need a focus tree to begin with. Now the peasants are revolting. Peasants have always been neglected by the Soviet government because of the petty bourgeoisie nature. But especially the Soviet government prevented from the protests and the treatment from the governments. Yeah. Got the part 2 revolution here. That's okay. We're gonna promote international communism overseas and just ignore all of the problems at home, like real communism. And yeah, workers are calling for a strike. That's fine. You do what you do. Let's get a good general in charge. Oh, and the general strike has started, which means can't construct anything, and our gun production is now even worse. Good job, workers. Oh, and railway strike, which means part of all of our railways destroyed. Everything is fine. Okay, the Soviet Union is fine, and students of police are now rising up to oppose Leninism. Leninism. They just didn't like the lemonade. Okay. And okay, people like us a bit more. And our Thai economy is now broken. That's okay. Communism lives forever. And Oh boy. Oh, economy is now just collapsing. And Kirov calls for... Oh yeah, this dude. Calls for stability. But does it really matter? And Trotsky's planning on taking over? Well, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, would it? Oh, that's okay. Generals now meeting up. I think we have a bit of a power vacuum, don't you? Oh, and I think, yep, everyone's having an alliance in our country. Oh, but look at that. Strikers gave in to demands. Probably fully peacefully and not harming anyone whatsoever. I mean, now we get Kirov. More Kirovism. Okay, fate of Soviet Union. So we can either get, since you know it's only been 8 months, Soviet Union has no real leader since Lenin just immediately died. But we can either get not Trotsky in charge. We can get Lenin's wife to put Kirov in charge, or get the military to take in charge. So, do we just want to put Trotsky in charge? The great Trotsky? We could put the Triumvirate in charge. We could put the army in charge of the other person. But you know what? I think we're gonna go just the Triumvirate to just, you know, stop Trotsky in charge. You know, we can't have Trotsky be in charge of the Soviet Union. That'll just be bad Sovietism. There we go. Let's put that Triumvirate in charge. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I think it'll all be fine. And the economy is now recovered. So look at that. And Molotov has now asserted power in the country. Are we heading towards a civil war? Maybe. It wouldn't be the first time Russia went to a civil war. Let's see. See more communists are trying to assert more power within the country. Good for them. And the war for Spain now continues. We need to get more troops down in the south to make sure that we can cut these annoying troops off. And take back Sevilla. And Molotov presents national collectivism. During a private meeting, Molotov proposes the Soviet Union to adopt this ideological formulation, the so-called national collectivism as state policy. The interpretation of Marxism surrounds the ideas of socialism as a state. Many see it contrary to some of Lenin's own beliefs. And we get Trotsky internationalism. I think Soviets have something good happening. And there we go. I don't think our stability has improved. But in a rally behind closed doors, Trotsky once more brought forth his idea of internationalism. The concept of envisioned Soviet Union that has built and functioned state which constant revolution. He's brought socialism abroad. He likes, you know, just a bit of Trotsky. He has a wild hairdo. He's Trotsky, but what else are you going to say? still ruled by the Congress of Soviets. First researchers researched, try and at least get our terrible researched. And people now recognize us, so that's good. It's always good to be recognized. And, you know, kill Spanish people in Spain. Oh look, and Madrid's open. That is so convenient. Oh. And Birken's forms his own faction. Well, that isn't great. Also, we cannot replace our unpopular conscription. Trotsky forms the United Front. Also about to take Madrid. When I say about to, I mean... not actually take Madrid. Let's see if we can take it. And the Royalists broke through. Which is a bit of a shame, but I think we could still... oh, never mind. It's open again. No, mine's closed again. We might try moving forth to the Popular Front. And Trotsky consolidates more power. I wonder. Well, at the very least, we're going to improve some construction speed and get some more things... well, get things constructing if we ever do. Which may not seem like a great idea, but we're going to do it anyway. But let's see, divisions in the Troika. Let's see, another power struggle between Troika and Molotov. Officially, it still remains alive. Alliance still remains alive. People are gonna go and be a bit angry, but hey, you know what? I think Trotsky should assert his dominance. No particular reason. But I think the Soviet Union should have a bit of, you know... oh, we have corruption now. And I don't think there's anything to really help. I mean, we do have this thing that we can maybe improve. And get corruption. But how much corruption do we really have? It's only slight corruption. But I think this actually works more like, the United States congressional thing. So actually we probably should get some political power up to improve Trotsky. Oh, you know, fight the Civil War. But let's see. Let's do a political campaign and get congressional support up and running. Do some public speeches and then finally became Leon Trotsky in charge. Just put Leon Trotsky in charge. Oh, and then we lose 15% again. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Oh, it looks like the French are also backing our friend here. And we don't have any guns to actually give because we are super lacking guns. Okay, we can pressure for some political power, just to get some going, and then even though get corruption up, we're gonna just improve some, you know, congressional support to put Trotsky in charge. Oh, we can lobby against corruption and then take this. Actually get more of this going. So there we go. Trotsky's almost there, 10% more and 100 political power, and we should be all good to kill, I mean not kill everyone, to peacefully put communism everywhere. At the very least, it's giving us some army experience in this fighting. But I don't think we're going to win it, to be honest. Seems like the Popular Front doesn't have as much troops as Mr. Smiley over here. And the National Populists are kind of holding their own. Along with the dirty French, ruining this beautiful civil war that once was. Unless we can surround them, which you might try and do. So let's get some more of these dudes going. We need to make a breakthrough around Madrid so we can actually surround some people. And let's bribe some politicians. And then now we can proclaim Trotskyism before anyone stops us. It's my Trotsky and I want him now. But yeah, I don't think we're going to do that hot in socialist Spain. Especially since the French are ruining everything with their light tank divisions. Not because we don't actually have enough troops to hold down the front line. But just a few days away and we finally go get Trotsky in charge. There we go. Oh, we also need military influence. There we go. Now we can get Trotsky in charge. We have moderate corruption, but does it really matter if we're that corrupt? I really wish we could just take Madrid now, but it doesn't seem like we will. We are attacking across the river here, which isn't helping our country at all. We can maybe try to surround Madrid again. Attack from across the river. And maybe kill some Frenchies while we're at it. Hopefully one day we can do some construction, because we'll be really ready at it once we're good. Okay, just a few days away. The Ottoman Empire is now dying. It's pretty good. In just a few days, Trotsky will be in charge. There we go. Well, we also get some research going as well. Let's see, the rug has been pulled. It appears that, well, Zenov attempted to deal with the power struggle against this guy, Birkin and Molotov. He relied too much on Trotsky and his platform despite Zenov's success. So despite his successes, the one who profited out most was Trotsky, of course. And, yeah. There you go. It's Trotsky. Mr. Trotsky's here to do stuff. And we need to, you know, improve our entire industrialization of the country. Because we suck. We're not great. And we still don't have a focus tree to aggressively attack anyone, which is really sad. Unless it pops up, then I'll be happy to see it. Also, Trotsky can just pump out mystical balls that'll improve the Soviet Union. Also, we can eliminate conscription, which will change us back to volunteer only, but it'll get rid of this 10% stability and more support, even though it says you cannot remove. So if I click on that, it's been removed. Oh well, we did it. We got rid of that conscription. We'll lose men, of course, but I think that all in all was a bonus, and it's also improved some artillery. So I think the plan is, since we're not really industrialized as a nation and we cannot create tanks nor planes, I think the plan is that we're just going to create anti-air and anti-tank, so then we have just unstoppable infantry. And I think that's just an excellent plan all around. Anyway, we get one civilian factory. Now, if there would be a good way to improve our economy, I would definitely take it. And there's no way to actually further industrialization if you cannot actually... Oh, we can actually breakneck industrialization. I mean, it doesn't seem ideal, but if it furthers our industrialization, we should be good that way. Oh, wait, here we go. We can export revolutions across the world. Hey, look at that. I think we're going to go to war. So this is how we actually declare war on people. So we can declare war on the Transcaspian government, which I don't think anyone's going to like ally. So I think that's the first country we're going to go and kill now since Trotsky's in charge. You know, first month of the war. I mean, first year of the game. Just get our cause back. And do we need to recruit farmers? Peasants of cities will help us expand our industry. Oh, yeah, whatever. It's fine. Don't worry about it. When has conscripting the peasants ever been a bad idea? If you told me otherwise, I would have Soviet Union will have to give you a call to your door. Also, I think we're actually doing well in this civil war now. But yeah, could do a imaginatism. Poetic movement which advocates poetry based on received arresting and unusual images. Interesting. Corruption is now gone, which is great. And we got rid of all corruption. Also, we're going to clear war in the Mountain Republic as well. We're going to go war with a lot of people. Just a lot of people. So we're going to need a lot more troops to go to war with everyone. I didn't mean that. There we go. Oh, and look at that. We can actually build stuff. Amazing. We have no infrastructure. Which is pretty bad, but hey, I think this is improvement all in all. So I think I put some good generals in charge and go to war. Against obviously just these weak countries that obviously don't even exist. Oh, war in Spain goes ever so... I mean, it's doing okay. It's not spectacular. Cosmic Voyage released in Soviet cinemas, so... Get some cool stuff there. Shock workers. Give people badges, that's really cool. Improve industrialization. And we can improve, well, further industrialization. Which improves construction speed, but we only actually have 3 factories. Which I don't think it's gonna really help, to be honest. Oh, there we go. First wall. And there's just a minor famine. Oops. Oh, look. Now we're just eliminating everyone that slightly opposes us as the Soviet Union. You know, just get back our territory. And more guns for the coals. The Soviet coals. See, I think we're doing pretty well. Wherever that Mountain Republic was, it's no longer existing. Which I think is pretty good. Okay, who next to kill? Oh, we need to actually industrialize our nation. Oh yeah, and our volunteers now have gone. But that's okay. I think I'll the Popular Front will do fine. Maybe. Perhaps we should send them some guns or something. Oh, we got some modern factories being built. There we go. Soviet Union is now becoming a bit more stronger. 2 more factories we can build. Or we can use for building. Look at that. We are industrializing so hard right now. And actually, we're going to wait with this political PowerPoint so we can just switch from this partial mobilization to see if we can head to something a bit more... Well, actually, that's all we can do. That's okay. We need more arty, though. Soviet army is really going to have to go heavy on artillery. Okay. Let's improve some stability while we're at it. And kill more of these countries. As we do. And hopefully we can expand a bit westward quickly. And actually, the biggest thing we need to do at the moment is get a modernized army going. So let's get some support companies and, you know, actually research what a truck is. I know, surprising. And there we go. Let's go straight for improving industrialization. We could do Premier Trotsky, and it's actually not that bad. Get a 5-year plan. But I think for the moment, getting more civilian factories will be optimal. Probably also get some more popular support for our government. And this war should end fairly soon. Now let's see how this guy's gonna last much longer. Come on, soldiers. Need to move on. You have other wars to fight. And Latinization of the Soviet Union is complete. Cool. And also we can get the palace of the Soviets going. Could do that. Build a giant palace with our all the factories we got. Because it does give us an extra stability. There we go, another country killed. And the Soviet Union grows ever more. It's almost beautiful, really. Could eventually grow. And occupation.64.d. We're just gonna maintain military occupation because I want the country. I don't want a puppet. Puppets are bad. Yeah, let's get Premier Trotsky on the go. Oh, never mind, our friend died. Republican Spain won the war, but fortunately we did kill a random country out in the middle of Central Asia, so I think all in all that was a win. That's proven industrialization. Get some arms sales going. I wonder how many of these, oh yeah, definitely get the 5-year plan going, but I wonder how many of these focuses we need to do in order to modernize. But it wouldn't be bad to get mobilized economy going. Okay, so next what we got to do is, well, how much of the army needs to be reformed? Well, it's actually not too bad. It's actually mostly all armed. Oh yeah, we actually are armed. The Soviet Union is doing pretty well for itself. Minus the whole, we have no research. We do have a regulated market. But it wouldn't be bad if we switched over to free trade. Let's go with the good old 5-year plan that actually only lasts 56 days. Yeah, I think the Soviet Union is doing pretty well. All in all, we're slowly modernizing. The Germans are being Germans. We're actually stronger than them in civilian factories. which is pretty good. Oh, actually I figured out why our army is actually fully armed and stocked up, because we didn't have anyone's army to begin with. Okay. We'll get a standard 20 width. And yep, our artillery is now perfectly needed to actually be a functional army. Now, I think since our army is going to heavily rely on artillery, he might go fire support or psychology. Psychology is pretty good too, but I'm still trying to decide for now. But since we have no theorist, it's not really beneficial to get one of these guys yet. We can get limited conscription, so we can actually start recruiting troops again. And it may seem counterintuitive, but we're going to try and get fighters researched, just in case if we do get modernized to the point where we can actually build fighters. Anyway, we're super close to getting the 5-year plan going. And once we modernize, we're going to just kill everything. And let's fight against the bureaucracy. So it does look like we probably want to have revolutions everywhere. So let's go and get troops stationed at... It's actually everywhere. Get our troops in Finland, get our troops in essentially elsewhere, get them over to the Russian Republic. Somehow sustain on the Russian Empire, and you know, somehow exist and have pretty good stability and war support, especially since they're allied with the USA. Surprise, surprise. And I think he'll give Zhukov the honors of killing the Russian Republic. I can go get him. And sign one more. I feel like we just need to remove some stains on this whole area. Now, in order to get the 5-year plan going, we essentially need, in 1,810 days, more than 120 factories. Which actually is, I think we can actually achieve that. It's 5 years. As long as we continuously build our civilian factories, I think we'll be on set to do that. And, you know, conquer half the world by 5 years. Charge no problem at all. Of course, we can start building military factories, but I don't think it's worthwhile. Especially since it's not worthwhile. And also, Russian Republic is guaranteed by Japan. So actually, it won't be a good idea to actually attack them. But we can kill the Mongolians, I think. Because they're not under the sphere of influence under Japan. And it does look like the Republic of Spain, Spanish, are going to win that war. Which is really unfortunate. I would really like another ally somewhere. An ally we can actually make a puppet of. Look at that, we actually have one line. Almost one full line of factories we can make. We can actually get democracy at work up and going too. So now we can actually have decent stability and get more research going. Though, Poland is justifying against us. Excuse me? Excuse me. Why do you want to declare war on the Soviets? We're not even an industrialized country yet. They want the SSR. And the Latvian Republic demands our territory. How long will that focus last for? It's a fairly short one. Alright, let's recall everyone to one giant army. Minus that one mountaineer. And let's go promote Zhukov and put him in charge of the army. Because evidently the Polish think we're weak enough to be trifled with, which I think is just ridiculous. Let's see, if they are, yeah, Baltic SSRs under me, so what we're going to do is essentially build a giant wall of men. And if Poland thinks they're going to declare war on the Russian and the USSR, they're going to have a second thought on that. They're going to think to themselves, "Oh, that was a terrible idea when we got stomped on by the Russians." So we'll put one mountaineer here. Just make sure they don't attack us from that direction. But well, Poland doesn't have a good enough alliance for now, but I would prefer not to be at war with everyone in 1938. Is Poland really going to start the Second World War now? Do they have the balls to do it? Fight Trotsky? I don't think so. I don't think so, buddy. Though, we're not industrialized yet. Which is a bit of a shame, let's be honest. Let's see, we got more industrialization going. Let's get more of our popularity on the go. Let's finish the Trotsky's tree. And then work more industrialization. Because we just simply need to industrialize. Okay, Poland. Oh. We got the Latvian ultimatum. Which, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Oh, they just own that now. Huh. I would declare war on the Poles if I could, but they are allied to the French, and their French alliance actually is, well, it's just France and Poland, but I just don't want to declare war on them for now. It's not optimal to declare war at this moment. But mark my words, I will kill you, Poland, if you attempt to be a big meanie face. I will bury you, Poland. And then you can't say anything because you'll be buried. Actually, let's get some more industrialization going. I wonder how many industrialization things we need to do. I think we're getting close. I think there's only 2 more that we have to do. Well, 3 actually. These 3. Nope, 4, 5. Okay, we might have to get all of them in order to fully industrialize. Then once we do that, we just clear wall everyone. Anyway, we're going to save our PP to improve the economy even more if we have to. Also looks like Germany's been a bit aggressive. Republican Spain won the Civil War. Good for them, I suppose. And now we wait. No, that's all we have to, that's all we can do, really. It's really sad that we can't kill the Russian Empire. You know, I imagine they have a focus that says, I want to declare war on the Soviet Union. And that's just simply, that simply cannot do. Yeah, here we go, kick the Soviet door. Luckily, we've actually been reforming the army. Wait, what did that say again, though? They're gonna kick the door in. You have to kick the door in, the whole rotting structure will come crashing down. Never heard that one before. I don't think so, buddy. Soviet hits are here to last at least another 50 years. You know, for someone named Trotsky and wanting to export the revolution, we're not really doing much exporting. Mainly because there's nowhere to really export our interest. Unless we can do it in Portugal. They're not, none of it's communist or socialist, so what's the point really? Republic of Turkey is now taking over the Ottoman Empire. And the Hellenic Republic is here. That's kind of cool, but they have no focus tree. That's a bit sad. But, you know, at least Turkey has one. Any imperialistic dreams of recreating some dead empires cannot be achieved as the Greeks. That's probably is. Oh, and Schleswig-Holstein is now dead. That's cool. Germany's actually not doing too bad. And Czechs are kind of been dismantled. Which I think that means not doing that bad. Also, Poland is now justified against us. Excuse me. Poland, what are you doing? What are you doing, Poland? Strike the revolutionist. What does that even mean? What are you planning, Poland? If that's even your real name. Don't make me make you communist. Nah, oh. So they get like 2% attack on core territory, and then the Baltic SSR will be demanded territory from the Poles. Are you kidding me? Are you having a laugh? The Soviets are not laughing at your terrible humor with our gigantic army. Because how many troops does the Poles have anyway? Not enough. And their civilian economy. And they don't have enough factories. As the Soviets are greatly improving our own factories. My only concern is that Belarus and Ukraine will join the war. Also, Arcade Denmark exists. That's interesting. Germany's now creating puppets everywhere. Puppets for the ages. And they're actually going to try and kill Italy as well. Well, at the very least, we'll get our economy mostly improved, including some urbanization. And if Poland wants to go toe-to-toe against the Soviets, then that's their death. But I don't think they're going to. I think it's just dumb. Especially since the Baltic SSR probably refused. You can also create the MTS, which I think is something we need to do as for the 5-year plan, so let's do it. That's cool. Thought that required, you know, some factories or something. But if it's all for free, I don't care. So as the Soviets, we only have 1.6 million men, but we do have a fully stocked army. So I think I'll do some training while we're waiting. We probably need to recruit some soldiers while we're at it. You know, just another 55 groups. No more, no less. And make sure all of our troops are at tip-top shape. At least not on green. I think from here, I'm going to call it a part. So I'll see you in the next part where we go and see what Poland's going to do as Italy's just dead. And yeah, I think that's... No? Wait. They are most... Italy's... Why is Italy 0% total capitulation? They're dead. I don't get it. Well, we'll solve this dilemma next episode, so I'll see you then. And goodbye.